and I am the sassy math teacher. I currently teach 7th grade math, and I love it. I know, crazy, middle school, but it's really my jam. So today I am bringing you a little walkthrough of my substitute binder. I created a substitute binder because what I saw out there didn't really fit my classroom. Most of the substitute binders that I saw were for elementary school. And as a middle school teacher, we don't teach multiple subjects to the same class. So it's separated by preps, which is what I do. After college, I spent some time in classrooms as a substitute teacher, and I saw really good lesson plans and I saw really poor lesson plans. Some teachers only leave a piece of paper, and some teachers leave way too much paper, and there's not a chance to look through it. Another thing is when it comes to discipline. If you have no idea which kid is who, it's really hard to say, hey, you need to get to work when you don't know their name. So I realized I needed a seating chart included in there. So basically, my substitute binder is a collection of things that I wish I had when I was substituting. And yeah, it's fit for secondary teachers. So let me just walk through the things that you need if you want to set up your own substitute binder for your secondary classroom. Let's get into it. So let's take a look inside of my substitute binder. When you open it, the first thing you'll see is notes for the substitute. On this page, I just like to tell them what to do for discipline, basically. If kids are being exceptional, write their name in the class notes section. If they're giving them a hard time, then also write their names. And then some of my students like to do the wrong thing on their computer, so if that happens, I will have a paper assignment available, and then they'll have to use a handheld calculator instead of decimals. I also like to have a table of contents just so they know what to expect inside of the binder. Okay, after that, we have the schedule. I also include some notes if there are things that need to happen throughout the day. It's right on the schedule page. Optional, but I like to have it, would be dividers. So I just have a divider for each section, but in addition to that, I also have cover pages. So lesson plans are up first. I'm a secondary teacher, so the first thing we have are, well, not the first thing, we only have preps. So it's not like we teach multiple subjects, at least most of us don't. But anyway, so my first period is my math strategies class, and then the rest of my classes are not math strategies. They all do the same thing though, so they're just basic math classes, and everything for them will be in Canvas, and there's a study guide. I do like to leave packets because packets are just easier, and I'll have those on my desk for the substitute when the day comes. The next section would be my seating charts and my roster. I won't show you the student names, but they're here, and each page is listed with their names, and then helpful students will go here. In addition to that, just in case the substitute does not know who my students are, there is a seating chart. I'm just showing you a blank one here. That way they can tell me exactly who was doing the wrong thing, because I know as a substitute, it really helps to be able to actually say, hey, Alex, and they'd be like, oh, how do you know my name? Well, I have a seating chart, so that really helps. Next up is the things to know section, and that's where the procedures are. We all know how students are. They may say, oh, we don't actually do this in the mornings, or we do this, blah, 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 blah. This way it's in writing, so there will be no questions about what students should and shouldn't be doing. I also think it's important to include what to do about pencils, where they are in the classroom if students don't have them. And now that I think about it, I also need to include what happens if their laptop is not charged. So I need to add that in. Okay, class notes is next. That's just where the substitute will write anything about the classes for the day. So this will remain blank, and it's a good idea to print multiple copies of this, so each time you have a substitute, you don't have to make a new one. It's just already in there. And then emergency information. Hopefully this section won't get used. However, you never know. So for the emergency section, it's just fire drills and lockdowns primarily, because that's the main thing we have. If you're in an area where you're prone to earthquakes or prone to hurricanes, then you probably want to put that in too. But we don't really have those issues here. So I also include the packet of information from our crisis management department in my county. But that, my friends, is pretty much it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of my binder. I'm excited for my first substitute day coming up on Monday, and I'm all set. The only thing I need to add to it would be my emergency sub plan, and I'll get that added. So, alright, thanks for watching.